Good morning and thanks for joining us on ICT Focus on Cameroon Daylight. Imagine having Cameroon and being calling it Africa in miniature and don't have a facility or a way to visit the beautiful touristic sites. That is when ICTs come in to facilitate the task of these very beautiful sites that can be shown to the world at large and to the Cameroonian people, and give them options and choices to visit these beautiful Cameroonian sites that we call Africa in miniature. And a young Cameroonian, Pemwoya Bryan Pangsui, founder and developer of this application. The application is called TourCMR, is here with us and is going to tell us how you develop this application and how this application can help solve touristic advantages that the Cameroon have, and how it can motivate a lot of people abroad, visitors abroad, to visit Cameroon just by having a click on their phones or on their computers. Good morning, Brian, and thanks for joining us on ICT Focus on Cameroon Daylight.
Good morning, Sir Bruno. It's my pleasure to be here today.
And you are the author of this application, TourCMR.
Yeah, yes.
Tell us about you have been an ICT student, first of all, and the fact that you're just still a student, but yet you have developed an application. I want to reiterate that this is a follow-up to other applications that you have been building. You're developing a TourCMR application. How did it come about, this idea, and the process in building this application?
Okay, so talking about the application TourCMR, based on my research, I came to discover that Cameroon has a lot of beautiful touristic sites. I mean, Cameroon is Africa in miniature, meaning every little thing found in Africa can be found in Cameroon. But yet, the touristic spot that Cameroon has to have is not receiving, and that's because that's the lack of a structure in promoting these touristic sites in Cameroon. So I thought it wise to solve this problem by developing a travel guide app which has everything, that it has the beauty of Cameroon embedded in it. It's called TourCMR. So TourCMR is Cameroon's own travel guide app, which has all the touristic sites classified on the different towns in Cameroon with descriptions, directions, and cost estimates on getting to each site. Using the application TourCMR, you can easily find sites in any part of the country.
And now you have created this application. How did you come about the creation of this application? Because we know that there is a lot of people that are finding ways to create an application. How do you go about creating an application as such?
Okay, so the process of creating this application, you first have to envisage the problem. Yes, then when you envisage the problem, you decide how you want to solve it. So I thought it was that the best way to solve this problem is having a mobile app. Since the usage of mobile apps is fast evolving and people these days are glued to their smartphones, let's have something like a travel guide app for Cameroon. So the process of creating this app, I use some tools like Flutter and Android Studio in order to develop the app to run both on Android and iOS. So that's the whole process. You have to think, then you come up with the design, you come up with the solution, and then you structure the solution, you develop it, and then you release it out there. I
was going to ask you about the iOS and the Android system of the application. So because some people create apps these days, they don't make it adaptable to other phones, or for example iPhones who hardly have applications that Android phones have. So you're telling us that this application can be got both on Android systems and the iOS.
Yes, the TourCMR app is available both on Android and iOS. We want to make something that everybody can use because we want to push the touristic sites in Cameroon out there, and people these days are some people have Android, some people have iOS. So we planned and then we came up with something that can go on both smartphones. So the TourCMR app is available on both Play Store and App Store. So if you have an Android phone or you have an iOS phone, you can easily get the app on both stores.
Tell us, what is it like surfing through this application?
Okay, so this app is very user friendly. You know, it has all the tourist sites in Cameroon classified under the different towns. That's with just 2 clicks you can easily get to each town. And when you get to each town now, you then have all the sites classified under each town. Let's say Douala, Yaoundé. When you click on Yaoundé, you're gonna find all the sites on Yaoundé. And when you click on those sites, you're gonna have the descriptions. You have the directions on how to get to the site. You can find nearby hotels and restaurants with just few clicks. So as well as the travel blog section where we can read articles about the history and culture of Cameroon. So it's a whole package to promote tourism in Cameroon. It's very easy to use. Even when you want to sign up, it's just 2 clicks. You use social media sign-in. We use the social media sign-in feature where you can sign in with Facebook, your Apple ID, or you can sign in with Google.
Now let's talk about protecting these intellectual achievements. We know that you have produced this application right now. There's a lot of copycats out there. Somebody will just like see your idea and maybe he's more influential in the community. He wants to copy that and make it his own. Is this property intellectually protected?
Yes, the property is intellectually protected. We have some copyright laws from US, and we're also working with OIP in Cameroon in order to get the app protected and the intellectual protected, and so that nobody can use the idea without any copyrights from us.
You've done this application that is tourism based. Are you working in collaboration with the Ministry of Arts and Culture in order to promote tourism in Cameroon?
We are still working on that because we are still working on getting to the Ministry of Arts and Culture and the Ministry of Tourism, because we want them to use this app as the main travel guide app, like the official travel guide app for Cameroon. Because tourists we have the African Nations Cup, which is coming in Cameroon next year. That's more than the best time and the best times in order to promote the touristic sites in Cameroon. So we are still trying to get to the Ministry of Arts and Culture and the Ministry of Tourism to use this app and then promote tourism in Cameroon. That is when the visitors come, all they need to do is get the app on their mobile phones and they can easily use it to go around Cameroon.
Now let's talk about the support you're having in this project. Do you actually have support coming in from governments or other partners in order for this app to sustain longer? Because many applications are built, the next day we forget about them. What support and sustainable project or challenges are you facing right now?
Okay, so the major challenges we are facing right now is financial challenges in order to push this out there. So once we have a whole plan for this project, a very big plan which will go a long way to promote tourism and leisure in Cameroon, and we need the support of the government in order to push this out there, because we know the more this app goes out there, the more people it's going to bring to Cameroon. So we have everything, we have the whole plan there. What we lack now is the resources, because even the sites in Cameroon, we still need to update them currently and have more content on the app so people can easily get engaged with the mobile platform.
Let's talk about the contents of the application, as you said, because there's a lot of touristic potential that Cameroon has, and we have a lot of people in the 10 regions of Cameroon. Not only in those 10 regions, we have divisions, subdivisions that are actually touristically attractive. How do you manage to get these images on this application so that the world can see them?
Okay, so most of the images that we have now, we have to do a lot of research findings in order to get them, and we know that the Ministry of Tourism has this data. They have all this data, so if they can give us access to this data, we're going to put it out there for people to easily have access to them. So as I said, the app is classified with all the different towns in Cameroon. So we have these towns, we have all the towns listed, and when we now go to each town, we then have now to just put the sites that are in each town. So we need the Ministry of Arts and Culture and the Ministry of Tourism to give us this data to put on the application, because it's really mobile friendly. You can always update it at any time.
What's the future for TourCMR?
The future of TourCMR is becoming the #1 travel guide app for Cameroon, the first spot which tourists can use whenever they think of Cameroon. Whenever you think of coming to Cameroon, or you just get it to your mind, get the TourCMR app. So that's what we want. We want this app to be the main travel guide app for Cameroon and the first stop in order to promote tourism and leisure in Cameroon.
Apart from it being a travel guide, can you make it have other facilities, maybe car rental and everything, so that the tourists can have a full package?
Yeah, apart from being a travel guide app, as I said, it also helps you find nearby hotels and restaurants. So we're making it, in future, we're going to make it a full package where they can actually book flights and all that, making it a full package for anybody that wants to come to Cameroon. So you can actually find nearby hotels and restaurants on the app. It also has a travel blog where you can read articles about the history and culture of Cameroon. So it's a whole package that is out and promote tourism and leisure in Cameroon.
That's quite beautiful there, Bryan Pangsui, and we want to thank you for being part of the program today. And you listened to him. He said the TourCMR, it is an application that gives you the full package of what Cameroon looks like, Africa in miniature. And that's the package we have for you on ICT Focus on Cameroon Daylight this morning. Hope you stay glued to programs on the CRTV and CRTV News, and have a beautiful day ahead.